What's up, everybody? Trade Runner here, and welcome to another trading analytics video. Man, Tesla had its earnings today, and let's just say the news was not as good as investors had hoped, right? We saw a lot of movement in the aftermarket hours, and especially during Tesla's conference call. And the ticker's gonna be in a very interesting spot once market opens tomorrow. But before we get into that, if you guys haven't already, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this type of content. It really, really does help us out a ton and allows us to keep providing quality videos for you guys at a reasonable time. So that being the case, let's get back to the news, right? So Tesla had a 7% drop in auto revenue, and the earnings kind of followed suit, right? We were down during the conference call about 6% from the previous close, or the close of the market today, and we are currently hovering around 227.15 at the time of this recording, which represents about a $20 drop from the highs of the day. It was a muted response, basically, like I had mentioned just a few minutes ago, that they reported a 7% drop in the actual auto revenue, while actual revenue on the company was up slightly, right? So 25.5 billion versus 24.77 billion expected. Just the fact that the auto revenue reported was so low that investors were not too pleased by that, right? So slid down more than about 8% in total during the aftermarket trading. But there are some positives to be kind of drummed up from Tesla's ER report. So Elon says that, one, they did push back the reveal of the robotaxi again. It was supposed to be in August, and now they're pushing it back to October 10th. So, I mean, that kind of lines up with what I was expecting from the ticker overall. I mean, usually Tesla does all these big reveals in August and November, regardless. That's how it's historically been. Not August, I'm sorry, October and November. That's how it's historically been. And I mean, you can look at the Cybertruck as well. But and he also says that affordable, or quote, affordable EVs are on track for a 2025 debut. So that puts a much less pricey electric vehicles on the market for consumers in about 6 months' time. He's targeting the first quarter of 2025. So that's actually good news for people who are looking to get into the EV game, right? Some other interesting things that you may have missed if you weren't listening in on the overall earnings call itself, right? Was after the robotaxi delay and everything like that, that automakers, other rival automakers are interested in licensing Tesla's full self-driving technology. So that right there, for those of you guys who've been following the ticker for a long time, know that that's really the big innovation that Tesla has been working on in the background and the foreground, because it's not exactly a secret, right? That is developing this technology for full self-driving. And the robotaxis would be a patent display of that technology, right? So, but a lot of the quote unquote legacy automakers are looking to have some sort of partnership or licensing deals with Tesla for their full self-driving technology. And that represents a huge opportunity for investors who love the ticker and are looking to add that, one, to their portfolio, but also looking at longer term down the road, right? Because as Tesla continues to innovate and perfect the full self-driving technology, I think that's what's going to be the big driver of the share value moving forward, not necessarily the EV sales as it had been in the past. Because one thing a lot of people don't really realize is that, yes, Tesla sells electric vehicles, but they are not necessarily an auto stock, right? They are a technology company. So they develop technology and enhance and innovate, and this full self-driving technology is going to be at the forefront of that. So I think that's going to be very, very interesting for the ticker. And we'll see how the vast majority of the retail investors respond to the news of Tesla's less than stellar earnings as the market opens tomorrow. But let's take a quick look at Tesla's chart as well, and we'll kind of get an idea of what are some possible scenarios. So as you can see here, look at the 4-hour chart on Tesla. We had our rejection from the end of year 2023 rejection level that I had drawn out a few videos ago. You can find that a little bit on the channel in one of our Tesla videos that I made. But we had that rejection from that point. It was pretty heavy resistance. You'll see it a little bit more. Actually, I'll go over to the daily, and then we'll actually discuss a little bit further what we're talking about here. right? That rejection level that we saw to bring us all the way back down to 140s. But right now we're currently about 227 as of the recording of this video and aftermarket action. I would like to see if the pre-market, if we get a little bit of a bounce from this zone, and if we get an open above 234, I think that puts us at a pretty good spot for this potential cup and handle pattern to play out, to send us towards back to retest this 263 2023 rejection zone for a possible test of 275. But should that fail, again, the earnings are not as good as expected. I don't think we might not get those heights on Tesla until we get close to the robotaxi reveal. And the alternative scenario is that we go back to retest the breakout zone here at 205. So going back over to the 4-hour time frame, basically it'll be a failure of this support, right? This 234 is a minor support level that we kind of blew through in aftermarket. So if this doesn't hold and we continue to gap downwards, we'll look to close this breakout zone at 205. And then if that doesn't hold, then we can look to retest 190, 191. But it's going to be interesting to see. I'm not going to make any rash decisions right now. It's earnings. People are on edge. People are, speculating a lot. And unfortunately, aftermarket is a lot of low volume moves. So we'll see what happens when the market opens. The retail kind of gets his hands and hooks into the ticker. And I think that we'll see some significant movements as well heading into some other key ERs. I mean, Google reported today. NVIDIA is a couple weeks down the road. Microsoft reports next week. Amazon reports next week. Apple, etc. So we got a lot of big major tech ERs that are going on this week as well that could affect Tesla's company standing as well. Again, like I mentioned, it's a technology company, not necessarily a vehicle company. But until that happens, we're gonna speculate and see. But I just want to give you guys a quick little video update about Tesla's ER, what was on the report, what major things from the report I should say, and what you should be on the lookout for going forward on the ticker. I've been Trade Runner. This is Trading Analytics. Thanks for watching.